Today we will be talking about Justin Bieber, his health issues. He has a paralysis in the right side of his face. What the stars have up their sleeves. I have written this article on my website, and he's a famous Canadian singer and a pop singer. So let us Justin Bieber is a Canadian singer. Bieber is widely recognized in his meddling musicianship and has played an influential role in the modern day popular music. He is born, as per Wikipedia and other websites, the reliable websites, he is born on the 1st March 1994 and age is 28 years, and he is born in Ontario, London, Canada. Justin Bieber says right side of his face is paralyzed after virus attack, calls it pretty serious. Now have a look at the birth chart. The birth chart is of Scorpio Lagna, Scorpio ascendant, the 8th house of the natural zodiac, and it has got Rahu in very close degrees to the MEP. And Mercury, the 8th lord, is placed in the 8th from the 8th house, the 3rd house, and it is fallen. It had gone in Aquarius and it has come back in the sign Capricorn, the 3rd house of the chart. Mercury controls our nerves and veins. A fallen planet in the 3rd house is connected to your throat, your neck, your nose, and the veins are connected. And it is in the 2nd from the 9th house, from the 2nd house. Now 2nd house is face, and a marak for the 2nd house is the sign Capricorn, where Mercury is placed, the 8th lord, and Mercury is also the 22nd Dreshkon lord. The Kharesh, the planet which has the capacity to give Arishta in the lifetime. And Mars, Saturn, Sun, Venus are placed in the sign Aquarius, and Ketu, the disease Karka, is placed in the 7th house, which is in Vishkati. He is running the dasha of Jupiter, which is placed in the 12th house with Moon, and the dasha is, Jupiter is retrograde, and the dasha is of Jupiter, Ketu, Moon, till the 23rd of January 2023, which is most critical as far as Jupiter Ketu dasha is concerned. Now, Jupiter and Sun are placed in the Dreshkon chart in the 8th house, which is the 22nd Dreshkon sign. And Saturn, in the transit of Saturn in the trinal house from the 22nd Dreshkon is most malefic, and it has already crossed Mercury, the 22nd Dreshkon lord, in Capricorn. It has crossed it, and it is falling on Mars, the 6th lord, in the 4th house, degree wise, and he has got an attack of paralysis. Mars is the planet for strokes, and it is the 6th lord, and Mercury is the planet for paralysis. Sun, Moon, and Mars and Mercury are the primary planets for all this. So if you see in the Navamsha, Mars is connected to Ketu. Mars and Moon are placed in the sign Libra in the 3rd house. Ketu is placed in the 6th house of diseases, and Mars and Moon are also aspecting Jupiter. So it clearly shows that this dasha is most problematic. If you see now, you have to see I will just read out. Then I made two charts. On the left hand side is the natal chart, and on the right hand side on the 11th June is the transit chart. The chart on the left hand side chart is the natal chart, and the right hand side is the transit on the 11th June 2022. Paralysis combinations. Paralysis is caused by affliction to Mercury, Sun, Moon, and Lagna. Mercury is primarily responsible for this disease. Any planet or house connected with the causes of paralysis by situation, conjunction, aspect give rise to paralysis in the part of the body ruled by the planet or the house. When Sun is heavily afflicted and in a house of a malefic, and Lagna and Mercury are also afflicted, paralysis may appear. All these combinations are taking place as per this chart. When Moon and Mercury join Saturn or Rahu or aspected by Saturn Rahu, and if Lagna is afflicted or Lord of Lagna is afflicted, these may give rise to paralysis, and that's what is happening. If Mercury is weak, now Mercury is fallen, so it is weak, it is extremely weak, and it is retrograde at 29.44 degrees. And after the 12th of July, Saturn will fall over it, will further deteriorate the things. So, the following parameters require an important dimension and are as per the above description. Garbhashishta planets are Mars and Mercury. Mars is the 6th lord, and for Scorpio Lagna, Mars is a malefic because it owns the Mool Trikona sign in the 6th house. And Mercury is the 8th lord, placed in the 8th from 8th, and it is fallen. So it is not good. So both these planets indicate that he will have trouble in his life related to disease. The Garbhashishta planets are openly telling that. The Garbhashishta planets are Mars, Mercury. Mars is 6th lord and Lagna lord, and Gemini sign is the 22 Dreshkon, and Mercury is the 22nd Dreshkon lord and is fallen condition in the sign Capricorn, the 3rd house of the chart. Ketu disease is in Vish Ghati in the 7th house. It becomes Marak in the 7th house. Saturn is combust. Sun and Mars in Amrit Ghati. This is a grace. 6th lord is stronger than 8th lord. 8th lord Mercury in benefic D60 Varga, but fallen planet, and also the lord of the 22nd Dreshkon, and also the lord of Gulika, which is placed in the sign Virgo. Mars, the lord of the 6th and the Karka for paralytic strokes, is afflicted by Saturn. Moon is weak and in Rashi Gandanta. Mercury is retrograde and fallen, and also the lord of the 8th house placed in the 8th house from the 8th house. Lord of Lagna, Mars, is afflicted by Saturn. 12th house, which rules the left side, is afflicted by weak planets, and 12th Lord Venus is in the 4th house and is also afflicted. Dasha in operation is of Jupiter, Ketu, Moon, and in Navamsha, Mars is influencing all the 3 Dasha lords. Mars is the 6th lord and is stronger than the 8th lord. Following Varga charts are important to analyze the situation. D3, Dreshkon chart, D6, D12, D8, D30 and D60. The lord of the Dreshkon sign is Kharesh and the 8th lord of the Dreshkon chart. It plays important role in giving Arishta, means trouble in life and a major trouble. It is Mercury and placed in the 3rd house and controls the nerves and veins. In the D3 chart, the placement is seen with respect to the Lagna lord Mars and Saturn and their placement and association. Here in D3 chart, Mars, Saturn are in Aquarius and Mercury is in Virgo, and they are in 6-8 axis. Hence, he is bound to have trouble. Hence, vital parameter to give Arishta to native connected to veins and nerves, especially neck, throat. Since retrograde and fallen will produce most malefic results, since Mars, the 6th lord, aspects Mercury by 8th aspect. The grace is 8th lord Mercury, though a very weak and a fallen planet, is in a benefic Varga in D60. So this is the only parameter which can save him. But Mercury is fallen and Saturn is going to fall over the fallen Mercury. Saturn will also be fallen. So it is not a very good combination. Dasha Lord Jupiter in the 8th house Antardasha, Lord Ketu in Vishghati in the 7th house and Moon in the 12th house with Venus the Karaka for face. As far as D3 chart is concerned, D12 chart. 8th house of the chart shows incurable diseases and the Lord is Sun and placed in the 8th house and is also placed in 22nd Deshkon sign with Jupiter in D3 chart. Sun is having aspect of 6th Lord Mars from Aquarius in the D60 chart is not good. D6, Rahu Ketu in the 12th house and Moon and Mars in the 6th house. Mars is strong in a fiery sign but again stronger than 8th Lord Mercury, who is debilitated and ill placed from the Dasha Lord Jupiter Ketu Moon. D30, Trishamsha Lord of 6th Lord and the 8th Lord of the Rashi chart is Mars. Hence, Mars Partantar Dasha may prove most enigmatic from 26th June to 5th September 2022. But there is a grace that Mars is in Amrit Gati. Let's see what happens. But Mars is the 6th Lord. 6th Lord Mars of Rashi chart and Rahu Ketu in the 12th house indicate as far as whenever in the 8th house, if the 6th Lord is afflicted by Saturn or Rahu Ketu, a person suffers from crippling disease like cancer, paralysis, and Mars is Karka for paralysis. So Mars is with Rahu Ketu. Hence the Dasha of Jupiter Ketu Mars may not be good from 26th June 2022 till 31/3/2023 when Dasha of Jupiter Venus will start. Venus is placed in the 7th house in the D8 chart, can give some relief, taking a positive stance, release from disease, hospitalization and any confinement and any lingering disease. But this is only taking a positive stance. Transit most explosive for the cure of disease till middle July 2022. Mars will join the 6th house where Angarak Yoga will take place after the 27th June 2022 and the Pratantra Dasha of Mars is also starting on the 26th of June. Not good and will have aspect of Saturn. You see, Saturn is on natal Mars degree wise at 1 degrees and Mars will be at 1 degrees on the 27th of June. After 27th of June, maybe 28, 29 June. And Saturn will be over the natal Mars at 1 degrees and will aspect Mars at 1 degrees within the same Navamsha. So it is very bad. From 27th to 1st July, it is very bad. Saturn will aspect the Mars and Rahu in the 6th house, where Angarak Yoga is found. Saturn on the 27th June to 1st July will aspect degree wise the natal Mars and also the natal Mars and also the transit Mars. And this is extremely malefic parameter. More so, Saturn in the sign Aquarius is in the trinal house from the 22nd Deshkon. Sign Gemini. And Saturn will fall over Mercury, fallen at 29.44 degrees on the 12th July. This transit calls for serious happening from 27th to 16th July 2022. If the native is able to sustain this time frame, then there is hope for recovery after the January 2023 taking a positive stance only. Note, on the 27th June, 6th planet will be influencing the sign Scorpio, the Lagna of the chart. Let's hope for the best. My advice is to immediately he should get the most sophisticated treatment and fine treatment and analysis to find out, else because the transit is not good. I pray for him and hope that even with the slightest 5% or 10% improvements which will take place when Venus Antardasha starts, then he may get some relief. And after the September, because then the Dasha of Mars and Rahu will be over. So let's hope that Jupiter gives him some respite, because Jupiter will be in the 5th house and aspecting the Lagna. So this is all, friends, I just wanted to share. Thank you very much for listening to me Have a good day. Bye bye.